is like a seasoning or a spice that you add to whatever you're cooking. Makes your cooking more nutrient dense, more flavorful, and it's a great way to add vegetables to your diet. So, according to a recent survey, this was shocking to me, but only one in 4 people have ever eaten a vegetable. And they also did the same survey to see what the favorite vegetables are, and they found corn. Of course, corn's not a vegetable. Potatoes, very starchy, sugar, high in sugar, and sort of breaks down the sugar, so not even that good for you. Tomatoes, onions, and carrots rounded out the top 5. At least we're doing carrots okay. But the problem is, the average American diet isn't very healthy, and we have a long way to go in terms of becoming more nutrient dense, and there's a lot of barriers to this, whether it's time, maybe you don't like vegetables, and so and even people who do eat vegetables, what they're lacking is the diversity in the vegetables. We're talking diversity, we're talking all the different colors, all the different parts of the plant, and even how they're grown, whether it's an annual vegetable, perennial vegetable, or a wild vegetable. Most people, even if they are eating vegetables, aren't getting the full diversity that they need. But even still, the size of the organic vegetable market topped $3.1 billion in 2017, and the natural products industry is growing at a pretty rapid rate. It's growing faster than the sort of conventional products market, and so at least we're trending in the right direction, but I think we still have a long way to go. And so where we need to be, we need to have vegetable diversity, like I talked about, all the different colors, parts of the plant, and how they're grown. We need to be sourcing more locally grown food. We need to localize our food industry in general, and we need to move away from conventional farming towards organic farming, and even beyond organic into like biodynamic farming. And we need to know where our food comes from. That's very important, because if we don't know where our food comes from, we can't trust the ingredients, we can't trust the sourcing, and there might be bad stuff in the food.
What's the difference between organic and bioorganic?
Think of biodynamic as a closed system, closed ecosystem. So all your inputs come from the farm. You're not allowed any outside inputs into biodynamic. So the fertility in the soil comes from the spent plants, composted manure, that kind of stuff that's on the farm that goes back into fertilizing the plants. And there's other things that you need to do to be biodynamic, but that's sort of the way to think about it, a closed ecosystem. So we came up with a solution, nutrient-dense vegetable powders that are delicious, nutritious, and really easy to use. We have a business that we're selling these online. We have a lot of customer reviews. We know our farmers, and people really like them. They like the taste, the flavor, and how easy they are to use. So to get into a little bit of our business, we have an idea where we develop a product. We test it out with a small group of our sort of top customers. If it does well there, we bring it to our regular, the entire customer group, and then we sell a little bit on Amazon. The reason I circled this was this is sort of where we are now. In order to go into brick and mortar retail, we need to do some further product development. Currently, our products, I don't think, are really brick and mortar retail ready. The packaging, the price points, so we need to do some further product development to get into that. The economics behind the business. In a little over 3 years, we've done close to $2 million in revenue. We've taken over 17,000 orders from over 7,000 customers with an average order value of over $93 and a lifetime value for our customers of $225. So that's the economics, and one of the big things is, okay, so how do we scale? How do we acquire new customers? And so with these economics behind it, I think there's a way to do that profitably, but that's one of our biggest challenges at this point. And I mentioned going into retail and product development. So one of our top sellers is a plant called ashitaba. It's probably one of the most nutrient-dense plants on the planet. It's a source of exogenous ketones. If you've heard of the ketogenic diet, that's really big right now. People are looking to get into a state of ketosis, which means that you are burning fat rather than sugar for fuel. And so this would help with that. It promotes longevity, anti-aging, it's anti-cancer, it induces autophagy, regulates blood pressure, promotes weight loss, supports and detoxifies the liver, and it has a whole host of other health benefits. So we're looking to use this plant to develop further products that are more brick and mortar retail ready, whether it's a bar, a tea, or something like that. Here are the founders. My dad is the doctor of Dr. Cowan's Garden. He has a little bit of following, and that's one of the reasons why we were able to have the success that we've had early on. He's done podcast interviews, released some books, and he has a lot of credibility in the industry. And I can't see the time. They're over. Okay. So, again, our top challenge is the digital marketing. We're product guys. We're food people, and we're not really good at the technical stuff. So with digital marketing comes the customer acquisition point. I mentioned the economics of the lifetime value of $227 per customer. So it becomes a game of like, how much are you willing to pay to acquire a new customer? Well, we know that a customer is worth $225 in revenue. We can pay $100, $150 to acquire that customer profitably. And so that's what we're looking to build now. We're looking to build the marketing engine that will support these things. So feedback from you guys. I'd love to hear how the presentation was, and did you understand the business and the product? What marketing suggestions would you have? Not only are we looking to acquire new customers and build out our digital marketing engine, but we're looking to we're looking for new channels for revenue that don't involve a lot of product development, because that's very costly. So that's something that we would do if we were raising money. But there might be a way to sell our powders in bulk form or something like that. Something that it wouldn't cost us a whole lot to develop that product, but it would be a new source of revenue.